but people are going to see your class at exactly what time is it there? Exactly 4 p.m. PST.
Yeah, 7 where I am, but 4 PST.
7. Oh, so you're from
I'm on
Western.
the east. I'm in the Eastern time zone.
Oh, Eastern.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in Florida. I'm near Disney World.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's what
I've been
everybody said.
to Tokyo Disneyland,
Have you really?
but
I'd love to go there.
yeah, but Disney World is too far for me. So
It's 42 miles for me, but I've been here long enough. I don't go that often anymore. I'm more interested in Harry Potter at Universal, but
yeah, in Japan there's one as well, and I want to go, but they said it's more expensive than Disneyland. So.
oh my goodness, it might be. Both of them here are just so expensive. It's getting to where typical people can't afford it.
Right, right. Yeah, I made you a host, so please make me the co-host as
Have you?
well.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it switch back. Okay, so here you go as co-host. I'll leave the recording to you, and I see. I'm looking at my checklist. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm good. I just got to do some sharing now. Cool. I think
And
we're ready.
I heard that Disneyland has opened again, like yesterday, I think.
Well, I think it's been open longer than yesterday, maybe a week or two ago. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
open. Yeah, my partner works at Disney World, and part of his work is working with Disneyland. So
Mhm.
been interacting with them.
I see.
My goal is to see Tokyo Disney and Euro Disney eventually, but we'll see. We'll see.
And there's another one in Hong Kong as well.
Yeah, that one's not as high on my list. It would be later. And then there's
Oh,
also
really?
one in Shanghai now too.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Hmm. I had some friends who went over there to help get it started.
Right. So just here in Asia, there are 3.
It's amazing, yeah. And I think they're looking at another one in not Macau, but they're looking at another one. I think.
Right, right. So one in Hong Kong, one in China, and one in Japan,
Yep.
and they're near from each other, actually.
Yeah. I think part of it is where the population is and who will work out a deal with them. So like China wanted to work a deal with them, Japan definitely wanted to work a deal with them, you know. So it's they want other people to help financially create it so that they don't do the whole gamble,
Right.
which
And
is
there was actually a rumor here in the Philippines that they would build a Disneyland as well here in the Philippines.
oh really
Here in my city actually.
cool.
However, it was canceled. It has been a long time. Like probably, yeah, years ago, or probably like 5 to 7
Yeah,
years ago.
things get in
And
the way. Money and politics make those decisions change, you know.
right, right. I think they didn't get the deal, or there was a misunderstanding, so
Very
it's
possibly.
canceled. Unfortunately,
They're moving a lot slower now opening parts because money is different. But oh, here people are popping in. Cool.
right? People are coming in. I'll just be in the background. Okay?
Okay, I'll introduce you though.
Sure.
Hi people. I see Patricia, Diane. Hey Loretta, Karen, Walter,
Hello.
Mary
Hi,
Beth. Hey
everyone.
Tagar. I recognize your name. Hi Tagar. Verna, I recognize. I'm starting to recognize a few of you. This is cool. I hope some of you recognize me. We'll give a few seconds to let people pop in, and then we'll kick off the show. Today we have Phil with us from, he's our TA support. So if you have any technical questions, feel free to put them in the chat window, and Phil will do his best to either answer them or direct you to where you need to go to get answers. And I think he's saying hello in chat now to you folks. So, but he's with us today. Hi, Diane Burke. And Who else has popped in? Cool. So you can monitor chat for him. And there's my Diane Burke's one of my old buddies. Some of you, I hopefully will be old buddies for me too. Well, let me get a couple of things organized on my end, and then we'll kick this show off. Oops, I can't do that yet. This is Tai Chi for beginners. Our beginner Tai Chi, however you want to look for it. Let me bring up some slides to share with you folks and talk for a minute. Hopefully you can see my slide deck now. Welcome, beginner sequence Tai Chi. If you've been with me before, you've already started experiencing some of the forms. If you're brand new, don't worry. We always start off with the first form each class. Sometimes I go a little slower at the first to detail the initial forms. Sometimes I go a little quicker so I can detail later forms. If you are new and you feel something goes quickly, don't stress. You'll pick it up next session. My name is Ty. I live in, Lake Mary, Florida. It's just near Orlando. I like to tell people I live in Orlando, but it's really a suburb. My background, education-wise, is biology and psychology with graduate work in computer science. This combination led me through different careers, but eventually I became a healthcare consultant for technology, and I went around to hospitals and medical centers around North America, and one couple in Ireland and one in London, helping them get more use out of their computers, their applications that they bought. I'm also trained in Kundalini Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Tai Chi, which we better hope since I'm teaching it tonight, and therapeutic Qigong. I'm here to guide you. I'm your helper. I'm going to help you learn a series of Sung Tai Chi forms and help you learn the practice in general. Over time, I hope to help you expand from just the mechanics that I'm going to be teaching you to a more deeper understanding and making it a meditative practice. We're here today because of Get Set Up. Get Set Up helps us learn useful skills from people like each other, so then we can move on to do wonderful things. I love that phrase. We can do wonderful things. We learn from each other. Now, for the class, ideally, I can see you because your cameras are on. If you will turn on your camera, you really help me a great deal, because then I can see how you're responding to my words and my movements and what I need to do next. Can I go faster? Do I need to go slower? But if you're uncomfortable with that, leave the camera off. A couple always leaves their cameras on to give me some guidance, but the more, the better. Now, if you want a recording after class, feel free to email help@getsetup.io, and they'll hook you up with a copy of tonight's class. If you didn't make it into the class because it filled up and you're here by live stream, congratulations, I'm glad you joined us. But the best way to participate is to register for a class and join us in the class. So take a look at the upcoming schedule and see if you can actually book a class and come in with us. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services. Now, check with your doctor. As with any movement, I don't even like to call this an exercise program, but I guess it is considered an exercise program. But as any movement or exercise, make sure that you're covered by your doctor's authorization and understand any limits that he gave you. And this is especially important if you have any health conditions or you're taking any medications. Remember, no matter what I suggest you do, no matter what I tell you is part of what we're doing, your doctor rules are number one. They come first. So do what your doctor told you to do what you know you should do, and then listen to me. Tai Chi. Just a quick rundown of the objectives. We're here to develop more integration of your mind and body. We do that with breath and movement. We're going to improve balance. We do that with postural alignment. We learn better alignment, learn how to keep it going while we're moving. We become more aware of our body. Overall, this helps us prevent falls. Now, we're going to decrease the effects of stress. Isn't that a great statement? Doing Tai Chi, practicing Tai Chi, learning the aspects of Tai Chi, the calmness of mind, learning how to initiate your relaxation response. Well, guess what? That helps you deal, but it doesn't stop stress because life is stress. We always have stress, but you learn how to deal with it better, how to release it, decrease those effects. And you know what? We're going to talk about slowing down. Tai Chi is a slow moving practice. It teaches us to slow down in life so that we can experience and enjoy life more in the moment instead of passing it by because we're just so busy. Overall, we're going to be healthier because gentle movement helps the body to work more efficiently. When we don't move, the body doesn't work very well. Certain aspects of the body don't work at all. So we get more and more uncomfortable, we get more and more sickly, more and more full of pain. We need to move, and it doesn't have to be a 10K or a marathon. We just need to move every day to stay healthy or to get healthier. Maybe there's something in these objectives that ring true for you that you would like to take away from your Tai Chi practice. For me, more than one. Now, there's all kinds of Tai Chi. If you want to hear a little bit of a discussion of that, of the different forms and the history, come to my Why It's Great for Seniors class, and I'll give you a little bit of a history. It's more discussion than it is practice. But we're doing Sung style, which is defined in the Tai Chi Why It's Great for Seniors. And in Sung style, this particular sequence, we are doing the Wuji posture or universal posture. It's our opening. We're doing the commencement posture, the open and close, the single whip right, open curtain with the left hand, wave hands in the clouds. And when we kind of have that under our belt, we're moving over to do open and close left, single whip left, open curtain right, wave hands in clouds, open, close, and closing. That makes an introduction of 6/12 forms. And when a group of us are pretty comfortable doing all of these, then we move on to some more forms that we add on at the end of these. So your practice just keeps flowing longer and longer. Now, the most important aspect that we need to learn, in addition to the mechanics, are these guidelines. Mindfulness, slow movement. You hear that word again, slow. Postural alignment, I mentioned. Weight separation. Breath awareness. Integrated movement. Active relaxation. I love that phrase. One class, we will talk about that in detail. And mind-body principles. Each class, I'm going to pick one of these to sort of stress during the practice. Tonight, I'm stressing mindfulness. Maybe some of you are mindfulness practitioners. Maybe you've never practiced mindfulness. Maybe you've never even heard of it. No problem. But understand that basic to Tai Chi when you're practicing is an attitude of mindfulness. And the only thing mindfulness is, you can listen to people talk about mindfulness for hours and hours, days and years, but coming down to the core, mindfulness is being aware of the present moment, being in the here and now, right now, being aware of the present moment. So when you're doing your Tai Chi practice, we want you to be focused on what you're doing, what you're feeling in your body that moment. Attention is actually focused on the position of the body, the movement, and the feeling within the body. It's called proprioception. Beautiful word. Look it up, and it's interesting reading. But it's basically concept of where your body is in space. And we deal with that in Tai Chi because that deals with balance, weight separation, fall prevention. It leads to fall prevention. Your surroundings are experienced more fully when you experience it with all the senses. Not just visual, rushing down the street, but take in everything in the moment with all the senses. And then you're experiencing mindfulness, or you're practicing it. Now, with all that being said, and I know I rushed through it, but I like to get through this beginner slides quickly so we have more time to practice. Let's move on and actually do some practice. You can do the class standing. You can do the class seated. Or you're welcome to have a chair handy and stand up and use it for support as needed, or sit down when you need to. You can go back and forth, whatever serves you. Hopefully you're wearing some loose fitting clothes. If not, next class, make sure your clothes are a little loose fitting so you don't feel binding as you move. We're not going to be doing any extreme reaches, but you want to be comfortable in the clothes. And you want some comfortable shoes. I actually use an inexpensive pair of shoes that are called Tai Chi shoes. Cost me $12 online 8 years ago. They're on Amazon. I'm sure they're on eBay and a bunch of other things. But all you actually need are some comfortable shoes. I recommend something like tennis shoes. You don't want a hard base shoes like a leather shoe. Again, make it comfortable. But it is nice to have something firm on your foot for these steps. One lady last night or yesterday asked, how am I doing it barefoot? If you want to do it barefoot and you feel stable doing it barefoot, go right ahead. To me, that wouldn't feel stable, so I'm wearing shoes. But make sure you're safe doing it. Okay, let me, now that I've rushed through that, let's get on to Are you able to hear my music?
Yes.
Got a thought? Yeah, good. If it gets too loud for my voice, let me know. I want it to be soft and supportive, but not overwhelming. Wonderful. Yep, my chair is in my way. If you're standing, bring your hips right over your ankles. Your shoulders should be basically over your hips. If you need a wider stance, take it. I want you stable. Even if you don't follow the formal rule of hips over ankles, I want you stable. Stretch your head up to the sky. Tuck your chin just a little bit, like maybe a half an inch. And then take your tailbone and drop it down to the floor about a half an inch, which is going to rotate your pelvis just a little bit. This is to straighten your lumbar right there, your lower back. And probably when you drop that tailbone and turn your pelvis, it's a good time to soften in the knees. Now, let me see if I can give you a side shot. I'm softened in the knees. I'm not squatting. I'm just soft. So, stand tall, stretch your head. Nice straight back. Feet firmly on the floor. You feel secure. We call this universal posture, or Wuji. Your hands basically drape forward. They're not really at the side. They're more like at the forward. Now, I just want to take a couple of breaths. So inhale with me, into the belly, by the way, and exhale. Now, hopefully that felt good. Breathe fully, just really breathe deep and full, and then let it out. No need to breathe that deeply again tonight. Breathe naturally, but into the belly. And I want you in your mind to just become aware of that sensation of the air flowing. You might feel it coming in through the nose. Maybe you feel it flowing down through the chest. Maybe you feel the belly button pushing out. This is your first lesson in being mindful. When you start noticing your sensations, your senses, that helps bring you into the present moment. As long as you're focused on your breath and not thinking about something else, you're being mindful and you're in the present moment. That's a great lesson. We always start with Wuji. And from Wuji, we move into the commencement form, or commencing form. I'm going to turn sideways. You don't have to. So we find our Wuji. Let me show you commencing, and then I'll talk you through it. forward, it looks like this. Probably better view from the side. Notice my arms are soft. They're not extended as far as they'll go. I'm keeping my shoulders soft, my elbows soft, my knees soft. Everything stays soft. Never reach further than 70 or 80% of your reach. We're not stretching. We'll do stretching in another class, but in Tai Chi, we don't stretch. So let's try that first part of the commencement form together. So find your Wuji. Just rotate your shoulders up until your hands come up to chest or shoulder level, not too high. And then let the hands come down. And pull them toward your belly button. That's it. Allow them to drop. Let's go back to the Wuji. Let's do that again, but let's add the breath. So as the hands come up, inhale. Soft elbows, soft wrist. And then exhale down. Down to your belly button. Beautiful, you got it. Let's add one more step. The next step will be to let the arms come up and come down, and then you just sort of draw a U. So your hands, when they're out, as they come down and to your belly button, they continue on up the chest as though you're drawing the letter U. So let's do that together. Find your Wuji, settle into your Wuji. Maybe take a nice deep breath while you're in Wuji. And commence. Rotate the shoulders. Exhale down. Drawing that U as your hands come toward your belly button and the hands come up the chest. For me, I'm going to tell you where I breathe. You're welcome to use my pattern, but I don't care what pattern you use. Make sure you breathe. My pattern for this is to inhale as the hands come up and exhale as I draw the U. Sometimes that turns into another inhale as my hands come up. The point is you breathe. Don't hold your breath. And as you're doing commencement, I say soft elbows, soft wrist. Let the hands sort of drape. And then when they come up to the end point, let them just flow up a little bit as though their momentum is carrying them, and then they come down. We call that adding a little panache to the movement. So let's come back to your Wuji. Begin the commencement. Inhale. Add that little panache of the hands coming up and coming down. Hands come toward your belly button and up the chest. It's those little panaches or little extras that kind of make this form of Tai Chi a little more fun, a little more flowing. The next part of commencement is after the hands come up and they come down. As they come up the chest, bring your weight to your right foot. Actually, let's pause for just a minute. Come back to your Wuji. Stand tall. And I want you just to shift your weight to the left foot. So you feel the weight firmly on the left foot where it makes it easy and balanced to pick up the right foot. And then you shift your weight to the right foot. And you can lift the left. This is how we take steps in Tai Chi. We don't, in typical walking, as humans do, we walk by leaning forward and catching our fall. That's just how we walk. Even if we're running, we do the same thing. We fall and catch. In Tai Chi, we do it safely. We bring the weight to a foot, like to the right foot. And now that the weight is firmly on the right foot, the left foot's somewhat free and it's safe to lift it and step out. So we do it safely. You may notice sometimes someone will be like when I'm widening my step, I'll do it. I'll take my weight to my left foot before I reach out to the right foot to widen my step. That's because we're doing it safely. I mean, typical human, we're just gonna like that and then stop ourselves. But in Tai Chi, we do it safely. Weight to the foot, lift the other, reach out, find our footing. So, in commencement, go ahead and join me with this. We're gonna commence with the hands coming up. Exhale as the hands come down. Now, when the hands get to the belly button, as they start up the chest, bring your weight to the right foot. Now, when your hands are at the chest, your weight should be firmly on that right foot. You can lift that left foot and take a very small step. Step forward, put the heel in front, and then come down flat on the foot. So where you're firm on that foot, that's when you reach the hands out. Bring the other foot to join it. Lift that right foot, join the left, and bring the hands back in. That's commencement. That's our introductory form. It's used a lot to start sequences in Tai Chi. So let's do that together a few times, and let's see if we can just kind of get that a little bit in our mind. So find your Wuji. Take a breath with me. Inhale. This could be a full one. And then exhale. It's just a good beginning. Now, commencement form. Inhale as the arms rotate at the shoulders. The hands come down as you exhale. Come to the belly button, and as the hands come up the chest, bring your weight to the right foot. Step out with the left, heel, toe. When you're firm on that foot, you can reach forward. Bring the other foot to join it. And bring the elbows down. For this form of commencement, the palms are always facing each other. We'll do other forms of it where they don't, but in this form, the hands always face each other. Or the palms always face each other. So let's do that again. Find your Wuji. Inhale into commencement. Exhale. Hands come up the chest. Your weight goes to the right foot. You step out with the left. Find your footing and reach forward. Bring the right foot to join before the elbows come down and your hands come back to heart center. Wonderful. You've already made it through 2 forms. You now know Wuji and you know commencement. We practice on every class. It just depends fast or slow depending on the class. The next form is a real simple one. It's called the open and close. I'm going to get close to the camera. Your hands start, my hands just blend in with the white in my shirt. I can do it here. Yeah, I can do it against the black wool. The hands are facing each other a couple of inches apart, and you open by separating a couple of inches. And then you close. This is also called a pulsing of the hands, like open, close. Now, it seems simple that, I'm moving my hands. I'm just open, close. That's the mechanics. But the more you practice, the more we start feeling the body. And when you become more conscious of the sensations of the body, you start reaching for these sensations. And in this case, you want to imagine that between your hands, notice it's as though I'm holding a ball, as though the fingers, you might want to visualize that there's energy flowing between the fingers. Energy flowing between the thumbs, between the heel of the palm, between the palm. There's energy flowing. Now, you don't have to believe in mystic energy, or we call it ethereal energy, but it's not hard to believe in the body having energy in the biology, the electricity in the nerve system, the chemistry, and there's a little magnetism in the body. So whether you believe in Qi or not, it's not important. Just visualize and pretend that that energy is flowing. Maybe it flows and spins like a ball. Maybe it's swirling. But just imagine if that energy were taffy. And as you separate the hands, as you open, you're tugging against that energy taffy. And then as you let go and come close together, the taffy is pulling the hands back together. Just enjoy the experience. I like to inhale as I separate the hands and exhale as they come back together. That to me is a very enjoyable sensation. I also use it. The open and close is a separator form. We use it a lot to separate pieces of the movement. To me, it's also a reminder, soften my body, because anytime I'm open and closing, I tend to open as I stretch the hands out, and as I close and exhale, I settle in my knees and I relax my shoulders. It's a reminder, settle the body, relax it. So inhale and exhale. And all along, I'm learning to be more mindful of these sensations in my body just by examining them. It all comes together with practice. So let's find our Wuji. Go ahead and bring your hands together in the open and close position, our energy ball, and let's do an open and a close. Now this comes right after the commencement form. So find your Wuji. Start your commencement by inhaling and raising the arms up, turning at the shoulders. Exhale down. As you exhale down, soften the knees. Bring the hands to the belly button. As the hands come up the chest, bring your weight to the right foot. Step out with the left foot. Reach the hands forward as you come to firmly on that left foot. And then raise the right foot, bring it to join the left. Bend the elbows down and open and close. You're up to 3 forms already. Now, being a separator form, we can start our training from the energy ball or the open and close, which means we don't have to go through the whole sequence every time we learn something new. So, to learn the next form, which is called single whip, it's actually the name of this sequence. We call this the single whip sequence. We're going to start from the open and close because it makes it easy. Let me show you single whip. I'm going to start from my Wuji, find my open and close position. Then I'm going to open and close. Now, single whip, I bring my weight to my left foot. That tells me right there I'm going to do something with my right foot. I'm going to turn 45 degrees to the right. And I'm going to step out with the right foot, small step, heel, toe. And when I'm braced on that right foot firmly, I'm going to turn the palms away from me. And I'm going to push as though there's an invisible energy wall. You just push the wall to about 80% of your reach. That's single whip. So come back to your Wuji and the open and close. Open and close. Single whip. Weight to the left foot. Turn to the right 45 degrees and step out. Small step, heel, toe, palms facing away, and push. Now, several things are at play here. If you notice, we don't push until we're firmly on that right leg. Because if we were back here and we were pushing out like that, we aren't really in good balance. But once we're firmly on that right leg, that right foot, we can push and reach out like this and be in very good, firm stance. One part of this is postural alignment. Be careful not to lean into the push because you don't want, let me show you from the side, you don't want to lean into it because then you're off balance. We always, in this form of Tai Chi, we always keep our back straight in good posture. There's that falls prevention training again. So let's come back to your Wuji and your energy ball. Your open and close. Open and close. Single whip to the right. Bring your weight to the left foot. Turn 45 degrees to the right. Step out. Palms pushed away, or facing away, and push. Nice. The next form is open the curtain. It's kind of a fun one, in my opinion. You're staring at the back of your hands. You're staring at 45 degrees away to the right, staring at the back of your hands because they're pushing that energy curtain. Well, you're going to open that curtain. The right hand stays where it is, but you start rotating the left hand to your left, and you watch it with your eyes. Take the head and torso with it as you open the curtain. Now bring the hands back together. Let's do that a sequence again because I want to tell you something about it. So your weight's on your right foot. You're facing 45 degrees. The hands, you're looking at the back of them. As you open the curtain, I want you to notice what happens with your weight. Because right now your weight is pressing on the right foot. Watch what happens as you rotate that hand and follow it with your eyes. When you get the curtain open, your weight has moved to your left foot, which is a clue we're going to do something with the right foot. So let's come back. One more time. Open the curtain. Allow the weight to shift to your left foot. So since your weight's on the left foot, you're staring at the back of the left hand. Your right foot's free, so pick it up and bring it in to join the left. And allow that right hand to do this. We call it a swoosh. It just swooshes. Kind of rotates at the elbow. Swoosh. Beautiful. Swoosh. That is a iconic move in Sung style Tai Chi. It's flowing, and they do this little swish. Whoosh. Beautiful. Let's go back and let's start at commencement and bring it all the way through, open the curtain before we move on. Do bear with me because in class we rush through these because we have limited time. My hope is that you'll take this information and between classes, maybe do a 5-minute practice each day. Hopefully you'll remember what I told you, but also in the notes I send you, each set of notes will detail one of the forms. So after 5 or 6 classes, you should have a written description of each form too to help you at a home practice. So, and there you want to slow down. So let's find our Wuji. Remember the Wuji is your hips over your ankles unless you need a little bit more space. Then you widen the feet. Shoulders over the hips. Tuck your tailbone. Tuck your chin. Hands sort of float in the front with soft shoulders. Soft, spongy knees. Nice soft breath at this point. And we'll do the commencement. Commence. Rotate the shoulders. Draw your U. Weight goes to the right foot. Step out with the left. Reach out with the hands. Firmly on the left foot, bring the right foot in. Drop the elbows. Open. And close. Single whip to the right. Bring your weight to the right foot. I'm going to turn my back to you. So bring your weight to the right foot. Turn 45 degrees to your right and step out. Get your weight on that right foot. Push the energy curtain. Keep a straight back. Good posture. Open the curtain following the left hand. When your weight is on the left foot, bring the right foot in to join the left and swoosh the right hand down. I saw a thumbs up. Thank you. I enjoyed the feedback. You guys are following quite well. So we've managed to go through all but one of the forms. And I don't make it that far in every class. And it's good when we do because the last form is the most complicated. So it's really great when we manage to get to it because it's a great one to practice. By the way, one of my logics is there's hundreds of forms in Tai Chi. No one learns them all. But there's like, this is a 412, which turns into a 1224, which turns into a 2430. And that's a great one to learn. There's 108 form sequence. But my point is, it's better to know one form, open and close. It's better to know one form and actually feel it. If you can actually start to feel your present moment, feel the sensation in your body, start to feel some energy in your body, even if it's the blood flowing, feel the energy in your body. It's better to do that than to memorize the mechanics of 108. Anybody can memorize and follow through, but it's a practice when you're able to feel what you're doing. You want to apply the principles that I discussed at the first of class. They're going to be listed in the notes, but when you're able to apply those principles to your practice after you've learned the mechanics, then you're into your Tai Chi practice and you reap the rewards. So, more practice, more rewards. So, let's come back to our Wuji. Commence by rotating the shoulders up. Drop the shoulders down. Drop the arms down. Bring it toward your belly button, or we also call that the Dantian. Hands come up your chest as your weight's to the right foot and you step out with the left. When you're firmly on the left foot, reach those hands forward. Bring the right foot to join. Bend your elbows and bring the hands down. Elbows down, hands toward your chest. Open and close. Single whip to the right. Bring your weight to the left foot. Turn to the right. Step out to the right, heel, toe. Push, turn the palms away and push. Don't lean into it, and then open the curtain. Weight's on the left foot, so bring in the right foot and switch that right hand down. Now, the last form that we'll learn tonight is called waving hands in the clouds. From here, you take the right hand and put it in place of the left. Raise your right hand and put it up there where the left is. I see confusion. Right now, your left hand is in the air. You're looking at the back of the left hand, and the right hand is down toward your left elbow. Kind of like this. And what you do is you bring the right hand up and bring the left hand down. Let's do that again. Let's bring the left hand up, take the right hand down. It starts looking like we're bringing in a plane for landing, like this, So, at the end of Open the Curtain, we've done our swoosh. The left hand is in the air. The right hand is near our elbow. To go into the next movement, we bring the right hand up and bring the left hand down. You're going to twist a little bit to the left when you do this, and then you're going to rotate to the right, watching the back of the right hand. After you finish your rotation, you bring the left hand up and bring the right hand down, and you rotate back. This is called waving the arms or waving the hands in the clouds. Bring the right hand up, the left hand down, and rotate to the right. That's it. You're getting it now. Left hand goes up, right hand goes down, and you go back. The upper body is just to repeat back and forth. Right hand goes up, left goes down, and you rotate to the right. Whichever hand is high is the direction you rotate. So when you get all the way to the right, you bring the left hand up, the right hand down, and you rotate to the left. This is a great way to practice it. Just to go back and forth. Remember, I'll send you a written description. Now, if you want to rest for a minute, let me show you what we're going to do with the feet. After the swoosh, we got the swoosh, and we're at the end of Open the Curtain. When we take the right hand up and bring the left hand down, we step out to the side with the right foot. It's kind of hard to see in this dark floor, but I'm stepping to the right, and then I'm rotating to the right. When I get to the right, I'm going to bring that left foot in to join the right. Switch the hands, the left goes up, right goes down, and I rotate back to the left. When I finish that movement, I bring the right hand up, left hand down, step out to the right, and rotate to the right. We do this 3 times. Bring the foot in, left hand goes up, right goes down, and rotate to the left. One more time. Right hand goes up, left goes down. We step out to the right and rotate. Bring the left foot in, left hand goes up, right goes down, and rotate to the left. That was the end of our third one. So the right hand comes up a little high, a little higher than the left. You rotate the torso back to the front, and we do an open and close. So that was waving hands in the cloud. We've covered a lot in just a few minutes. We've done Wuji, we've done commencement, we've done open and close, single whip to the right, waving, open the curtain, waving hands in the clouds. That is a lot. Don't expect to remember it all before next class. What I expect, if you're new with me tonight, what I would recommend till I see you again is you work on Wuji. Finding your Wuji, finding your balance in Wuji, and maybe the open and close. Just spend 5 minutes a day working on your Wuji balance, trying to remember the factors I told you. It's a stand tall, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, soften your knees and soften your shoulders, and just stand there and maybe spend a moment breathing and being aware of your breath and where it's flowing in your body. And then bring your hands up and do an open and close. If you've been with me several sessions and you've been through waving hands in the clouds a few times, I recommend getting a room with a lot of space across it. Go over to your left as far as you can and just start doing waving hands in the clouds all the way across the room. I'm going very quickly right now. You don't have to stop at 3. Just practice the motion. Building that memory. Paying attention to what I've told you and paying attention to the description that you got in my notes. And then when you get to the other wall, just turn around and go back. Now, with that being said, no matter what you choose to practice between now and then, put on some soft music. Put on something that you enjoy relaxing to. It could be nature sounds. It could be running water. Whatever pleases you to relax you. If you don't want to practice between now and the next time I see you, don't. Come join me in class. We will always practice every time in class. And at some point, we might grow big enough to actually have a separate class just for people to do nothing but practice the forms. Instead of me spending the whole time talking and teaching, I could just talk you through some practice. But we'll see how far we grow and where we get. If this seemed a little overwhelming, don't panic. If it seemed easy, good for you, but we're going to delve deeper and deeper into it. One thing about Tai Chi, especially Sung style, some parts of it are very simple, but you never find the end of exploring that. No matter how simple it is, when you start exploring those sensations, you never get to the end of that exploration because it just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And with that comes greater and greater benefits. You'll be amazed. Now, with that being said, it is now 1/4 till. So let's come. Oh, I forgot to tell you one thing very important. Hold on. Sorry, my mistake. There is an official Tai Chi salute. I've always been tempted to tell people that the official Tai Chi salute is the one they used on Third Rock from the Sun, where you smack yourself in the back of the head, whap the the hand, but I thought somebody's going to fall for that and think I mean it, so I can't joke about it. So the official salute in Tai Chi is you bring the left hand up and bring the fingers together. And I love this because that stands for friendship. And if nothing else comes from these classes, I hope that eventually I find that you guys have become my friend. So I think a lot more is going to come from the classes. And I hope that you consider me your friend, if not today, at some point. Bring the thumb in to cover. So friendship, the thumb tucks in, that's humility. So we have friendship, we have humility. Now another aspect of Tai Chi, make the right hand into a fist. That's power, that's strength, that's aggression, because there is power, strength, and aggression in Tai Chi. You know what? You bring friendship and humility to cover that aggression and power, and it's under control. It's compensated, it's ameliorated, it's evolved. So in Tai Chi, it all comes together, and then maybe just a little slight bow for respect. So that is kind of like the Tai Chi Namaste. So with that being said, thank you for coming tonight. Let's talk for a minute. You want to come seated? Feel right ahead. Go right ahead. I'm going to switch off the music and kind of hate to turn it off because I like it. Maybe I'll put it on just from home for myself later. Okay. I'm going to, is there anything important in chat? It's just Phil getting friendly. Okay. Phil's a good one. It's nice to have him around. I really appreciate having a TA, especially when it's communicative as Phil. So if you guys want to give him a hand, give him an attaboy in chat. So let's do a sharing at my. Okay. In summary, remember, Tai Chi is a slow, mindful movement practice. It's not an energetic, aggressive, aerobic exercise program, but you do feel it. It's gentle on us, but we're moving our joints, our tendons, our muscles, and sometimes you will feel it. If you feel it a little bit, that's great. If you feel pain, you did too much, and probably we should talk. Remember, class time is for teaching you the mechanics of the forms and the sequence. The real benefit does come if you start to practice outside of class, but it's not required. If you enjoy the class, I've had other people who just enjoy coming to class and don't want to practice. That's fine. Come to class. We're going to do different things over time. But even 5 minutes a day of practice will make a big difference in your life. Include the music, as I mentioned, any soft, easy listening, whatever music you find relaxing. And I suggest you share this information with someone else. Bring a friend. Tai Chi is a metaphor for life. It's basically part of the design, part of the meaning of Tai Chi. And like in life, in Tai Chi, we want to embrace challenges. As in Tai Chi in life, we want to slow down. If we don't maintain a focus, maybe we need to develop methods of finding that focus and maintaining it. Focus and awareness are very important. Keeps life from passing us by. And we want to learn how to slow our breath. I don't really like the word deep there. I probably should remove it because during your practice, there's no need to really push an effort to make your breath deep. But do make an effort to slow it down. Slow to you, slow to me, it can be two different things, but make it slow for you. Now, thank you. I enjoy these classes. I enjoy meeting you guys and gals. And I hope that I have something to share with you that you enjoy. If you do have a story to tell about your experience, we'd love for you to put it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or just send your story to Liz, Liz at getsetup.io, and she'll organize your story and share it. Now, some related classes. Stacy has a morning fitness class that is great. I highly recommend it. Slow flow yoga is a really good one. It's a little related to Tai Chi in the sense that it's a flowing yoga where Tai Chi is a flowing Qigong. And of course, I should have it on the list, Qigong. If you haven't done Qigong class with Ellen, please give it a try. Tai Chi came from Qigong. Qigong is a therapeutic form of moving. It's for your health. Tai Chi organizes that into a flow. So they complement each other. So if you enjoy Qigong, you need to try Tai Chi. If you enjoy Tai Chi, you need to try Qigong. Maybe one serves you better than the other. My next class is of course, I'm going to keep teaching Tai Chi for beginners. Come back as often as you can. The more you do it, the more you benefit. And starting this week, in a couple of days, I'm going to have another class called Tai Chi Shibashi. Shibashi is a little bit different animal in Tai Chi. It isn't so much a flow as it is a sequence of 18 gentle exercises. And they really are exercises. They're movements from Qigong and from Tai Chi that are meant to move our body in good ways to make it work better, work more optimally. And you don't even have to memorize it. It's sort of a practice where just show up, follow me if you want to. Maybe you've been in a city where you've gone by a park and you've seen the park full of Asians out there moving. Quite often, they are doing Shibashi. There's other things they might be doing too, but Shibashi is a very common one to see in those communities, in those environments. Well, come join me for Shibashi. There's multiple sets of Shibashi. I'm going to be repeating the first one for a while before I introduce the second one. But like I say, it's 18 movements. They're kind of fun to do. They're joyful to do. I enjoy them, and I'll tell you one thing. Afterwards, I feel really great. You're not going to work up a sweat. It's not going to be aerobic, but you're going to know you moved. Now, after class, I'm going to send you some notes. Each set of notes will detail one of the forms we had in class tonight. So you need to collect those notes, and eventually you'll have a description of all the forms. If you're new tonight, then maybe you'll just want to practice the form I detail in tonight's notes. But more important than what I send you is the fact there's going to be a form on there that says give feedback. There's going to be a list of other classes you might be interested in. You can click and take them. But even more important than that is the give feedback. It's a little red button called give feedback. On your phone, it's very similar. We thrive on feedback. Feedback tells us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and what to change. So when you click give feedback, you're going to get a screen similar to this one where it says rate your session 1 to 5 stars. Rate your guide. Now I'm your guide. The session was the class. If you don't change anything, you just say done, then you give 4 stars to each one of them. If you're feeling very generous or you had a good time, you really like the class, I'd appreciate a 5-star. And please leave a comment. Or if you didn't like the class, I went too fast, or it was too slow, or too hard, too gentle. If you have a criticism, feel free to comment it. Give us that feedback so we'll know what to transition or what to change. Or put it down into what we can improve. Maybe you need a longer class. I'm not sure that would be advisable for this, but if that's what you think so, please put it in there. And then, of course, click done. And that'll be reviewed by the powers that be. The Get Set Up community is growing. I don't know if you've been on the community with the community long, but it's only a year. It's only a year in age. It's only been around a year, and it's just amazing how much it's grown. We're in 3 or 4 countries. We're in the U.S., Canada. No, we're in the U.S., India, Australia, and we're transitioning quickly into Canada and UK. And there's more to follow after that. So spread the word. There's a lot to share here, and you can't beat the price. Everything's made available free because of our sponsors and our partners. If you want to get involved and you have an interest, I always toss out crocheting. Maybe you love crocheting and you'd like to chat with some other people into crocheting or who want to learn crocheting. offered to host an interest group in crocheting. Only thing you have to do is kick off the session and come in there and say, hi people, I'm Linda, I love to crochet, and here's one of my things I've done, or here's a problem I'm having. Or maybe you've got an Angora cat, you'd like to discuss problems or benefits of your Angora. Or you love to travel, or you love to eat squash, whatever interest you have. Consider hosting an interest group and sharing with us. If there's a class that you don't see, last night I had a lady say, couldn't you teach Kundalini yoga? And I said, well, suggest it, because I am a Kundalini yoga teacher. If enough people ask for Kundalini yoga, then they'll create a class and I'll get to teach it. And I would, if you know what Kundalini is, then you know what I'm talking about, how great it is. If you don't, just consider it a type of yoga that anybody can do, even 120 years old, and it's therapeutic more than going to the gym. It's a totally different animal than most yoga in North America, which is coming from Hatha. So if there's a class you would like, propose it. We partner with assisted living, assisted care, senior living, government, and community organizations. If you're involved with one of those, contact us and tell us to reach out to them. We'd love to create a partnership with them. Right now, we have partnerships with the state of Michigan and the state of New York, among a bunch of other senior living and assisted care facilities. Also, if you want to see tonight's class again, it's recorded. And all you need to do is email help@getsetup.io and tell them you'd like a copy of the recording, and they will make that happen. Oh, thought I had another. Well, with that being said, we've got 2 minutes. So if anybody has any questions, I got 2 minutes. I can answer questions. If not, then I'm going to say,
Ty, this
yes.
is Ross. I was wondering, have you ever heard of I-Chi?
I'm sorry, it's scratching and I didn't make out what you said. I think we have a bad connection.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, have you ever heard of I-Chi?
I don't think so.
I've taken that at a rehab center, and it's like Tai Chi in the water.
Oh, well, that would be a great idea, because
it's the same moves, but in the water, and it's good on your joints. And
and helps you slow down too, doesn't it?
Pardon me?
Helps you slow down too, doesn't it?
Yes, it do. Matter of fact, you go home and relax afterwards.
What a great idea. I don't think I could teach it here because I don't have a big pool of water in this.
Right.
But what a great idea.
It is. I used to take it at Lakeshore Rehab in Birmingham, Alabama.
Ah, good old Birmingham. I'm originally from Chattanooga.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they have one of the most excellent rehab centers for everything.
Oh,
for
I would imagine doing that in water is great for rehab as well as just for anybody.
Yes, the music is beautiful and the moves are beautiful in the water. So
Thank you for sharing that, Rosalind.
You're welcome.
Ty?
Yes.
Can you slowly give me the website to get to get a video recording of this? It says
well, the website, I'm going to put it in the chat box. The website is getsetup.io. And to get the recording, go to help@getsetup.io. So check the chat box. Just email help for the recording.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they'll make it happen. And I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. We've hit our time limit. Thank you for coming. It's been a blast for me. I hope you got a kick out of some of it too. Be good, be safe. Take care of yourself so you can take care of everybody you love and care about.
Good night, Rosalind.
Good night, bye. Thank you, Phil.
Bye-bye.